Ballard is a neighborhood a little north of downtown Seattle that I only initially planned to go for one reason: breakfast burritos. California, where I live, is also famous for its Mexican food, but when I saw Rachel's Bagels and breakfast burritos on Instagram, I knew I had to make the trip. The venue is fairly small and modest with no tables, which was a bit surprising because the burritos are humongous, so I feel like I had to take my time with it. They aren't kidding when they say 1 pound burritos. We actually ate this pretty early in the morning, but we weren't hungry until late afternoon. Flavor wise, it's exactly what you expect from a good breakfast burrito. Delicious bites of potatoes and eggs with some chorizo and spinach to pack that flavor in. Talk about a good meal. It's a shame I didn't get to try the bagels, but I will definitely be returning in the future to try them. After the burrito, we were supposed to go to the Fremont to see the troll, but I noticed a museum that looked pretty interesting, the Nordic Museum. My wife and I are both pretty into Scandinavian designs and brands, so we decided to walk there, and man, was it worth it. The walk through the streets of Ballard was so peaceful. It's like a charming waterfront village that isn't focused on blatantly attracting tourists with actual industries populating the shoreline. The museum from the outside seemed like a pretty small one. Google Maps said people typically spend about 2 hours in this museum, which I thought was a little surprising given its size, but once we got into the exhibitions I could really understand why people spend a lot of time here. When I walked in, I didn't even know Washington State's largest ethnic group was Scandinavians, but after walking through everything I learned so much about the immigration history and the cultural footprint of each Scandinavian country in the region. If you hadn't had a chance to check out the museum or the Ballard neighborhood in general, I highly recommend visiting it on your next trip to Seattle.